I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks for the spirited debate we've had. You know, I agree with many of the comments made by my colleague from Kentucky and the people that have spoken during his time. The problem is, I don't see a path to victory with what they're looking at. What they want to do will result in not defunding the President's actions, because there is no funding in this bill for the President's actions. There is no funding in this bill for the President's actions. Everybody knows that, don't we? What it will lead to is a close down of the Department of Homeland Security, and that is not a victory. That is dangerous. You know, there's a difference of opinion between Republicans and Democrats, between the administration and Congress, as to the actions that the President made, whether they were constitutional or not. I've actually voted for something in here that I thought, in this body several years ago, that I thought was perfectly legal, perfectly constitutional. The court later found out it was unconstitutional, told us it was unconstitutional. That's why you have a court. When there are differences of opinion as to what's constitutional and what's not constitutional, a court makes that determination. It's happened since the founders who wrote our Constitution disagreed about what they had written. Marbury versus Madison. It was up to the courts to make the determination of what the Constitution said. As for voting for this hurting our case, that it's not our case, it's the Attorney General's case of the states, that is before the courts currently. If this voting to fund Homeland Security that doesn't have any funding for the President's action hurts our case, then I would say that any law that passes Congress can't be declared unconstitutional because we all voted for it. That's not reality. Again, let the courts do their job. Now, it's true that a majority in this Congress and in the Senate voted to defund the President's actions. But because of the Senate rules, it didn't pass. We didn't even get to go to conference because of the Senate rules. Some people suggest maybe we ought to change the Senate rules. We ought to insist that the Senate change their rules. For the last 4 or 8 years, I was kind of glad the Senate rules were the way they were. They prevented what I believe to be a lot of bad stuff from coming over here from the Senate. So I don't know that I would go that way, because remember, at some point in time in history, I hope it's not soon, but at some point in time in history, my party is going to be in the minority over there. And it's going to be nice to be able to control some of the agenda. Let's remember, the underlying bill is a dang good bill. Almost said it, not quite. It's a darn good bill. And we need to pass it. And we need to pass it for the security of the American people and for the employees that work at the Department of Homeland Security, so that those that are considered essential don't have to go to work without pay. That's irresponsible. That's us not doing our job. I will fight with anyone, and I will stand on their side as long as they can show me a path to potential victory. Let's get this bill passed. It's a good bill. I would encourage all of my colleagues to vote for this. I yield back the balance of my time, and I move the previous question.
Gentleman yield.